Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can. And I continue with Elex, Blind. Now, let's go with Caja to that Elex deposit in Ignadon.
Let's take a look at the Elex deposit in Ignadon.
Good. Good, thank you. The crater. This is where the comet struck, where Elex first appeared on Magellan. The impact sent it high into the atmosphere and spread it across the world.
And today, the factions are gathering it back up.
Well, there's still enough here for us to examine. We should begin. You did well. We know where we have to go. I'll follow you this time. It's somewhere up ahead of us. We're close now. Let's do this!
Okay, this is actually a bit OP at this point. Like, I'm literally looting Elex out of bodies of regular enemies, so I don't even need to buy it anymore.
Here, it's here. Give me space and I'll see what I can find. It's easy to get lost in it.
What happened?
I think... It's all right. It's all right. I'm back. I'm with you.
Were you able to feel anything this time?
Yes. The Elex is... It is more than just energy. It has purpose.
What are you talking about?
The Elex was meant to change us. Meant to change our planet. It didn't come here by accident.
Elex came here on the comet.
I know, but I can feel it. It has purpose. It almost has reason.
You think it's alive?
I know. It sounds crazy, doesn't it? I'm still trying to understand it myself, but I'm sure that Elex was sent here to change things.
About the side effects of Elex.
Yeah?
Here, I have some mana for you.
Thank you.
Sent here by who?
I don't know. I can only tell you what I sensed from the Elex. But whatever Elix's purpose is, it isn't over. The power it must have taken to make this. And now we all depend on it for magic, for technology, for power? The whole planet is dependent on it.
The Alps think Elex is the key to the next step in evolution.
I know. I always assumed it was about magic, or just an excuse for their belief that they were superior. But I think the Elex wants to change us. The question is, why?
Can you figure this out?
No, not yet anyway. Maybe with more study I can learn more.
But whatever purpose it has, the free people will be less able to resist it while they are divided into all these factions.
We should go on. I won't learn any more here.
Sounds like you've learned a lot. Question is, what does any of it mean? Do you think you could find out more from the Elex?
Not right now. close to it, inside what it is projecting, it would be easy to get swept away. I've learned more than I imagined I would. I almost wish I hadn't. Knowing what I know now, it makes me feel powerless.
With all your magic?
Don't you see? Whatever Elex is, something must have created it. Whatever my powers are, they aren't close to that. Whatever powers I have that you have, we owe to Elex. Elex created us. And I don't know if it is serving us, or we are serving it. How can you not be afraid of that? That was great.
How are you?
Life is good. I like being here with you.
Okay, so that's definitely interesting. Although, to be honest, I feel like the game has been reiterating the same idea for like the last 3 encounters. It's not like I've learned anything particularly... Frick, didn't want to do that. It's not that I've learned anything particularly groundbreaking here. But I guess the point is that Elex might have been sent, like by an or at least created by an alien civilization, which ties in to what I was talking about earlier. How
Let's do this.
you know, how her idea of the very substance being alive kind of reminds me of Lovecraft, right? And of Lovecraftian sort of entities.
I'll take care of it.
Because they often
Keep close. Fight together.
they often exhibit properties like that, where you know those great beings from the outer cosmos that are outside of human understanding. Their very nature is, you know, their power is so immense and their power is so alien to humanity that their very existence exerts influence on our reality. Like they don't have to actually consciously will anything. Sometimes things just happen because those beings exist, because they are, for example, near something. So
Let's do this.
I have a similar... Let's test how effective this is. Okay, that was embarrassing and a bit annoying. I have a similar sort of idea about Elex, how maybe it's a remnant of, like, remnant or a part of one of such beings, and that's why it appears alive, because maybe it has sort of a property of a living being by the virtue of coming from a creature with such immense power that even after it has been dead and, you know, dismembered and scattered across the universe, it still exerts some level of influence on the world. That's certainly something to sort of maybe possibly consider.
This doesn't work. This won't work.
Inventory report. Okay, I'll read that shortly, but first let's finish looting this place.
No. No. Too easy.
Okay, that didn't exactly work. Let's read those brochures that I found. Here we go. Cheap junk for just a few shards. Follow the map to your fortune. Oh, so I guess they were, because there were a couple of those brochures, so they were luring people in here with promise of shards and then killing them and taking their stuff. Tools, complete set, scrap metal, electric scrap, lengths of fair fabric, crop plants, paper, miscellaneous. I knew it would pay off bringing these goods here. The clerics in Ignadon exaggerated the danger. The walls here are thick and the people are friendly. What can happen here? Well, you can get killed, among other things. Oh, come on. Okay, I assume that if I tried to get really close to the crater left by the comet, radiation would kill me or something. But I think I will try anyway. The crater is this way, right? Yeah, I think this is it.
And from this one place came fire and death and madness.
The comet's crater.
This whole world is its crater.
Yeah, but to be fair, also magic. Like, I would say magic is actually pretty cool.
I'm in.
Count on me. I've got a bad feeling about this place.
Okay, there are a couple of enemies. But at this point, I feel pretty confident about most of those fights.
Be careful. Keep close. Fight together.
Which is, you know, about freaking time. Like, I've spent like 30 hours in this game. To be honest, I would say the difficulty
We will
curve
fight together.
is quite unforgiving as it is.
This doesn't.
Okay, I'm stuck. So perhaps a good old reload is going to help. Yeah. And even the edges of the crater are irradiated as frick. So I guess I won't even get a good look at it because I can't stand at the edge.
Count on me.
Oh, it's one of those. Okay, I think killing this one first is a better idea.
Look out! Be careful.
'Cause the Cyclops is actually borderline useless as an enemy because it's very slow and it does not seem to have a ranged attack. So overall it is quite pathetic, I would say. Okay, there was nothing that interesting out here, in all actuality.
Look out! Keep close! Fight together! You won't get away with that.
That is definitely an interesting type of monster. Because it's very clearly humanoid, but it's... Okay, that is a decent enough view, I guess, on the crater of the comet. Although it's pretty weird that there are literal trees inside. Like, some of them are even still alive. That's doubly weird, seeing how pure Elex is supposedly highly poisonous. It's only after it has been transformed into mana that it allows for like plant growth and all that. So I'm not really sure what to think about that. Okay, I think that's enough exploration in this area for now. And let me meet with my father, because my father has apparently left Xacor. And also, Elector Zardom is supposedly responsible for the attack on my radar. That's weird. I guess I can confront him about this. I'm pretty sure it... Like, I was pretty sure it has been kind of borderline established that it was Kallax.
Now where is Zardom? Wherever he is. This gives me a good chance to look through his things.
Zardom's contract with Ray.
Contact details for Ray. Research indicates he is capable of making the shot needed to hit the thruster on an Alb Raider. Zardom used Ray to shoot down my Raider. Ray. I am interested to hear what excuse he gives me this time.
Okay, that is indeed kind of interesting. But I think I'm going to meet with my father first anyway. Before I speak to Ray.
We'd better hurry up and get out of here, and fast.
He's supposedly somewhere in Abessa. Okay, he's hanging out with the other separatists, seemingly.
Which one of you convinced Wardek to join your cause?
No one did. Your father chose to join us himself. I hope that you too can see the strength of our cause. But perhaps your father can convince you. He has been waiting to speak to you since you arrived in Abessa.
The pilgrim Thorold is key to the fight against the hybrid.
Then there is another who will fight to take control of Xacor.
I don't think Thorold has any interest in taking the throne in the Ice Palace. He's seeking to defend Ignadon.
The Berserkers have their own plans for Magalan. Their goals will always be a threat to ours. Never forget that all the free people have their own agendas.
As do you.
Yes, but mine is clear. As are the results of my actions. You cannot say the same of others. Offer people power, and they will take it. That includes the Pilgrim.
I have discovered Zardom's secret. He has control of a mutant force.
I knew he must have a plan. The question is, what he intends to do with them. Whatever he says about his motives, I find it hard to believe that he has turned his back on his past. I think we will need to watch Zardom carefully.
Okay, let's speak with my father.
Father, Jax, so it's true. You are alive. I hadn't dared to hope.
So, you left Xacor? Have you stopped taking Elex too?
I am trying, but it's difficult. You must have experienced the problems of Elex withdrawal yourself.
I was unconscious during the worst of it. My body was already drained of Elex when I awoke.
There is more to the changes than just the physical. It is how your mind copes with the rejection of all that you have known, all that you have been in life. Tell me, what do you make of the world you have discovered since leaving Xacor?
What are you doing here with the separatists?
I had no other choice. I tried to stop Tarek in Xacor, but he realized my plans. He would have killed me if I had stayed. I hope that I can still make a difference from here. I can help to bring a halt to Tarek's plans. His blind obedience of the hybrid endangers all our people.
That the free people are capable of resisting the Albs. We are told we are superior, but the Albs have failed to crush them, or their spirit.
That will change soon. The first Alexitor, Tarek, is assembling his troops before the gates of the Ice Palace. He will make his move and he will succeed in conquering the lands of the free people. We have to stop him, or our people will perish.
What is it he's doing that threatens the Albs? Why is Tarek such a danger?
Tarek is a puppet. He has given his will to the hybrid. The hybrid and his new directive dominate our people. And soon, Tarek will dedicate all our people, the whole of the fighting strength of Xacor, to an invasion of the lands of the free people. All this death for one purpose. Greater power to the hybrid. I say we need to find another way. One that does not lead to our ruin.
You served the directive to obtain all Elex for the hybrid. What changed your mind?
What happened to our search for knowledge? What happened about our evolution? What about researching the nature of Elex? All those were key to the Owl people, and all have been dominated by the hybrid's demand for Elex. A lot has changed at the Ice Palace since the coming of the hybrid, and the pace of that change is only accelerating. The hybrid tells us nothing of this future he sees. He is obsessed with his own evolution, and that is only attainable through the consumption of ever greater quantities of Elex. No Owl, no free person will be allowed to stand in his way. I still believe in serving the Albs of Xacor, but to achieve that, I now know that the hybrid must be removed from the Ice Palace.
I guess, can we, like, is the hybrid a person that you can regularly talk to? It has been alluded to in the visions of the sort of the memories of Jax, that the hybrid doesn't really talk to people like on a day-to-day basis. He must summon you to give you his commands, but maybe we could negotiate with it, like learn what he wants exactly. Like, sure, he wants Elex, but to what exact purpose?
Then we should ask the hybrid what he will become. We should know what we are choosing between.
Do you think the hybrid will talk to us? To him, we have no more free will than the mutants he commands. You know the price that an owl pays to reach the highest ranks in Xacor.
You summoned me, Master?
Elex, you have proven yourself loyal to the directive. You are efficient. You obey your orders. Those are the marks of a true alb. I have watched you and your brother, and the honor you have brought to your father. You will all have a part to play in the events that are to come. Are you ready to play that part, Elex? Will you join those chosen to evolve?
The hybrid's will is above all. I will serve the hybrid.
And so it shall be. Open your mind to me, Elex. Know my thoughts and serve the directive.
You and your brother were the strongest warriors at the Ice Palace's command. Strong, intelligent, iron-willed. No one could equal you. And now look at you. Today, you are an outcast.
Okay, so it is interesting. The hybrid seems to be some kind of a mech. Like he's clearly robotic, at least in parts.
Where is Elex now?
Your brother knows you are still alive. He is looking for you. He wants to finish what he started and prove his loyalty. After all, technically, he failed in his mission to execute you. He will want to remedy that. That is why he is traveling alone. He is currently in the mountains of Abessa on the border of Xacor, awaiting information on your whereabouts. Have no doubt, he will strike as soon as he knows where you are.
Not if I get to him first.
I would rather you both join together. The death of either of you weakens us all.
It is far too late for us to be reconciled.
There must be a way to free him from the hybrid. He's a slave like Tarek. If you could free him from the hybrid's will, then you could both be reconciled.
And if he comes for me in the meantime, I will fight him rather than die myself.
If that is your fate. But you think clearly and independently now, Jax. You can decide your own destiny.
I suspect that my failure in execution was planned by someone at the Ice Palace.
I share those suspicions, but I have yet to find any proof.
My raider being shot down, the Alps being nearby to carry out my execution. The chances of those things happening without being planned.
But the questions are why and who. The only cause I can think of is your free will. All other Alps took the hybrid's favor as an honor. You questioned it. But who ordered your death? Who coordinated it? That, I don't know.
What about my brother, Elex?
I don't believe that. I am sure if your brother is involved, it is only as an instrument. He must be being used by other people. He would only have carried out the execution if he had orders to do so.
What about the first Elexitor, Tarek?
He has the power and the intellect to plan something like this. But he is no longer himself. These days he is merely a vassal to the hybrid. I don't think he possesses the ability to think as freely as this. I don't think he would do this without orders from the hybrid.
What about the hybrid?
The hybrid needed you and your skills to achieve his aims. While your free will may have made you stand out, your will is nothing to the hybrids. You were under his control and offered no threat. Besides, if he wanted you dead, he could have had you shot without the need for this intricate plan.
What about Zardom? I know he was behind the attack on my raider.
Now that he has left the Ice Palace, he would have no reason to do that. Zardom was always set on becoming first Xacor. If he thought you were an impediment to that, he would have no hesitation in having you killed. But now he's here, out of Xacor, who knows what his plans are?
I know Zardom wanted my raider shot down. Zardom knew I was flying to Adan, and he knew the purpose of my mission.
Well, if that is true, I don't know how he knew that information. No. Zardom was already in exile when you received your orders from the hybrid.
Then someone at the Ice Palace must have got that information to him.
If Zardom is behind this, then he had help. But why would another owl communicate with an exile?
So who do you think is behind this?
I don't know. Even if there is someone behind this, I think you will learn his name on the day you stride up the great ramp to the Ice Palace.
If the hybrid's evolution is not yet complete, shouldn't we ensure he reaches his final form?
With all the sacrifices we've made, with all the blood he once spilled, has he told us what he will achieve if he attains that? How do we know what he will become? No. My loyalty ended on the day of your execution. I will not sacrifice my son for the ideals of that machine.
Okay, so he directly called him a machine, which is a pretty direct confirmation that he's probably one. Let me see where the converters are. Okay, one should be pretty close to here. Okay, that was a spectacular failure.
We will fight together. Be careful.
As was that. Oh, and I didn't even save. It's a bit annoying.
Count on me.
Okay, both of the converters are pretty close nearby, so getting to them should not be that big of a deal.
Let's do this. Count on me.
I can already see one of them on the horizon.
Our whole world could become as bleak as this. I feel sick at the thought of it.
It's like a double converter. Okay, there's a mech, but that shouldn't be...
Not good. Not good at all. Look out! Look out!
Okay. But it's locked. And there is no switch, like I specifically checked. Oh well, let's go around it.
Count on me. I'll take care of it.
That isn't going to work.
Maybe I'll find a way through some other door.
Look out! Look out!
It does seem to take me kind of around.
Look out! We will fight together. I'll take care of this.
This won't work.
Okay, so I can't enter through here. Let me just grab the teleporter. And just for convenience.
Look out! Let's do this. Fuck you. I've got a bad feeling about this
It doesn't
place.
work. That didn't work. I'm in.
No guards here. Interesting. And a bit weird.
Be careful.
I guess this is the Ice Palace.
We should go. It's dangerous here.
Okay, anything on those other prongs of the converter? Doesn't look like it.
That isn't going to work.
Okay, so the other one is on the other side of the valley, pretty much. Yeah, I can kind of see the masts of the other converter behind this mountain. But first, let me read the documents that I found in this one. Incident report. Escape subject. Subject RH-95 has escaped. He overpowered the guard who was supposed to escort him to the next procedure. There is nothing in his cell to indicate where he has gone, and it is not clear whether he has left the building. 3 search parties are scouting the facility to find him. After extending the search beyond the facility, poor weather conditions developed. The search was called off after several hours. A party checking the facility with thermal imaging has discovered RH-95. The subject died of hypothermia during escape attempt. Resuming work routine. Raiders recording. A bandit describes how the attack on the trader in Ignadon happened. I thought Baxter was crazy when he said we could find profit here. Whoever said Tavar was in the ass end of the world has never set foot on this desolate shithole, but Baxter was right, as always. We found an old-world building that has been revealed when the sands shifted. The merchants there actually thought we would pay for his stuff. The idiot. We paid him all right. Ha! His face when he bled out. Even better, now we got to play the merchant. All we have to do is wait here for customers and use his supplies to turn up. For customers and his suppliers to turn up. And we'll clean them out. Okay, so this is a note back from Ignadon that I didn't read. Security protocol. Alarm triggered. Security team secured break-in location. Triggered alarm code 3. Search for intruders unsuccessful. Retrieved code 13 from headquarters. Security team confirmed false alarm. Resuming code green. Operations normal. A wanted poster. Male, medium to high level of intelligence, cleric technician with rudimentary knowledge of computer technology, mental strength, medium to high, suitable for experiments of level E, taken captive on the eastern border of Xacor. In Zardom's contract with Ray, the outlaw Ray, a runner from Tavar, commits to shooting down the specified raider over a dam. He is to target the thruster port. He commits himself to this task and is aware of the cost of refusal. Failure will not be tolerated. To be honest, what kind of idiot makes such a contract in writing? All that it does is, is incriminate you in case where it's discovered. It's not like, I seriously doubt that Ray as a person has any sort of deep conviction about the value of a written contract.
Count on me.
But if he intended on breaking it, then I assume he would have done it, regardless of whether it is written down or not. So, to be honest, I do find that kind of stupid.
Be careful.
Too easy.
We will fight together. Be careful. Thanks for being there. We better hurry up and get out of here, and fast. You know that I love you, right?
Yes.
It's strange to say it, but an alb is the only person I know who can understand me. It's almost stranger than what we've learned about the Elex.
Okay, as much as it kind of annoys me, I feel that it annoys me because I will need to backtrack from here, but I feel like I need to get back to Goliath and buy more arrows, because in melee this is not going to be fun. So I will go back to Goliath, because I also want to maybe train a little bit, but whatever I will do next time, because this episode has been long enough. So I'm going to save here and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.